desperate need of a wash, as you all can see. Oh my god, we went on a back road, and yeah, safe to say there was so many bugs, so many insects. This thing is ready, so ready for a wash. This might be the dirtiest I've ever had any car, let alone the M4. So let's get it, man. Let's go step by step, full detail of the M4. See, we got the soft water filters over here. That way we don't get no water spots on the car, no hard water. That is key. That's something that you guys gotta have. You don't have to have ones like this. They do have cheaper options, which I have linked down below in the description. So we got everything I need right here. See, we got the Sunjo pressure washer, electric plug-in. This thing works very good. I'm super satisfied with it. Link down below in the description. Everything that I'm using is all linked down below in the description. All right, first things first, what I like to do, and pretty sure what most people do, we start with the wheels. And the reason we do that is because if you start with the rest of the car and then do the wheels last, then you're gonna splash the car that you already cleaned. So might as well start with the wheels, you know, get those all clean and then do the car. You know what I'm saying? It just makes more sense. Oh yeah, brake good. Alright, next we got this wheel spray, which is linked down below in the description as well. Diluted with a little bit of water. Anybody who has these wheels, y'all know my pain. I don't know if there's a harder wheel or a more tedious wheel in the world to clean than these BMW wheels right here. It's a nice wheel, people like them, but these things are just so, the upkeep on these, I don't know if it's worth it. I'm thinking about like powder coating them all like this color right here, you know, instead of having the black in it. Tell me what you guys think. Now that that's all on there, we'll get up in here with these little nifty tools and you know, just get up in the little crevices. Or also what you could do, and what actually would work better, is just get a microfiber cloth. I don't know how many people do this, and then just get in there with the microfiber cloth, dip it in something, I don't know, like that would work so much better than using this, which will take forever. And this thing, some people actually use these for the wheels. I'm pretty sure it's just for inside of there. I don't think you're supposed to be scrubbing your wheels down with this. So to me, this is a whole lot easier. You know, just get one. Make sure you're not using the same cloth, obviously, that you're using on your wheel to use on anything else. Just, you know, pick one specifically for your wheels. Make sure you separate it, that way you don't get confused. I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to tell it'll be pretty dirty. And yeah, man, just do it that way. This is a whole lot easier than using that little brush, and like, you know, it just takes forever to do it that way. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get started on this car. Now normally what you do is you start from the top, work your way down. There's so many bugs right here. I'm gonna start right here because this is gonna be so satisfying to just wash all of these guts and insects off of the front of this car. Now obviously most of that is not going to come off with the pressure washer. We're going to have to put the soap on there, let it soak, let it, you know, sink in there, and then go in there and wipe it all off. That's why you're going to want a soap that is pH neutral, that is not going to, you know, leave marks on your car, that you can let sit there for a little while. And like I said, link down below in the description. Another thing I do is I don't spray off, you know, the cleaner that I put on the wheels right away. I let it sit in there, and then we get to the next part, which is everybody's favorite part, this foam cannon here, and I spray the wheels down with that again, and then at the end is when I'll go ahead, obviously, and spray them off. With all that being said, let's get to everybody's favorite part. Alright, so what I like to do is I'll spray down the whole car like this, and then with the rest of the soap that we have in here, I'll get all the dirtiest parts, which is obviously at the bottom of the car and the wheels. Alright, so there is a method to wash your car without touching it. Obviously, as y'all seen from the beginning of this video, that's not gonna work on this one. We're gonna have to get up in there and wipe it down. Start at the top, because obviously the bottom is the most dirty. If you start at the bottom, you're gonna get all the dirt and grime on this and bring it up top. Now hopefully I don't have to say this for most of you guys, but some of you I know probably aren't aware. Do not go in circular motions when you wipe your car, when you dry it, or when you're doing this, because you will leave swirl marks. You want to go in one motion, unless you're waxing the car, which is different, but we're definitely not waxing it. You want to just go in one motion back and forth, that way you don't mess your paint up. On the glass it's a little different. You could do circular motions on that. So you see I do this in sections. Start with the top and then work my way down. And each time I'm dipping it, you know, you can use different, you know, cloths or mitts, whatever you want to call it, if you're that meticulous about it. I just make sure I dip it in the bucket, you know, make sure I get all the debris or whatever it catches off of it, and do that pretty often. And I just work in sections like I said, and that usually works pretty good for me. So for me, the first section is obviously the top part of the car. Second section is this, everything from this, and then I usually stop right there there's a little crease in the vehicle. You know, all cars are different, but I usually go from the top of the door, not all the way to the bottom, but right around, you know, to this area. And then the last part will be this area all around the car. This license plate frame, I like it so much. It's such a little thing that most people like wouldn't even take the time to do. So inexpensive, but it makes such a difference in the appearance of the car. That's linked down below in the description as well. All right, we're good to go. Now let's dry this thing off. I'm gonna use this. If you don't have one of these, you could use something like a mammoth towel, which is also linked down below in the description. But it does come in handy to have one of these. And it's gonna be the same thing with this. You start at the top, go to the bottom. That's generally just how you're gonna do it. And you don't have to be so meticulous like and get every single drop off, because we're gonna go in after with the microfiber towels and get the rest of it. All right, so now that the car is all dry, this is the part you do not wanna skip. Open up the trunk, all the doors, and make sure you get all these little crevices, you know, because if you skip this part, then it will build up and it'll end up, you know, super dirty on all of these parts that you never wipe down when you clean your car. So don't be lazy. Right there and right in here, all these little areas. All right, so now that we're done with all of that, the final step that you do not want to skip, because this adds so much to the detail on your car, is the tire shine. If you have a washed car with dirty tires, it's like having a clean ass fit with dirty ass shoes. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it. It's not gonna look right. And there you have it, from ashy to classy. We are back in action. Now we could finally get some content in and not be embarrassed by it. There you guys have it. Like I said, I'm not a professional, but that's how I do it. Everything is linked down below in the description. Sub for more content if you enjoy. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Salute.